all you can do is watch and talk. Hey guys, how you
Hey,
doing? Good to
hello.
see you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Okay, so how many people do we have in? Do we have anyone? 3 people. Nice. Thank you.
Hello, hello.
As you come in, please smash the like button. That would be much appreciated, and that will bring more people into the live. So, Matthew, how you doing? Oh, that's a bit close. Okay,
Ah.
let's try. What layouts do we have here? Oh, that's all we got. Okay, so how are you doing, Matthew?
Oh, I'm very well, sir. Thank you very much. How are you?
Well, I'm pretty good. Um,
Nice, nice.
so uh, hey, Vitalijus, how you doing? Good to see you in.
Hi,
Dee's
everybody.
in. How you
Hi,
doing?
D.
Okay. We have 7 people in so far. 9. Awesome. Okay, guys, as you come in, please smash like and we will be away to the races. Okay,
Woohoo.
so Matthew,
Yes, sir.
we've talked quite a bit before about the carnivore diet, but just for everyone that's logging in right now, how long has it been for you on carnivore?
Well, just now I'm in my 5th month. Just at the at the tail end of August is going to be my 5th month. So within the next week, I'll be in
Oh,
5 months in.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. And how's it been for you?
Oh, it's been a wild ride, really. There's been a lot of changes for me. My weight has gone down considerably. Lost loads of inflammation. My joints are all moving a lot better. I still have some healing to do. My focus still needs some work, and there are a few ups and downs still. But for the most part, I'm staying very strict carnivore and eating only meat, and it has improved so much.
Nice. So what was on the menu today?
Well, today I had some beef and I had eggs. I had the beef kind of chopped. It was cooked in black pepper, and I had 6 eggs. I ate 2 rounds of their beef and 1 round of eggs.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Yeah, it was really good. Really good.
Yeah. Hey, Cassie, how you doing? Thanks for
Hello,
popping by. Wow, nice. Okay, we've got
baddest
15
cat. I
people
like that
in.
name. Baddest cat. That's cool.
Baddest cat. Yeah. How you doing?
Hello, Carnivore
Oh, this is
Quest.
awesome.
Oh, Cassie. Yeah. Okay,
Nice.
I see it now.
All right. So, guys, we are going to answer your questions. We've got about an hour with you tonight. So, if you've got any questions for me or any questions for Matthew or stuff you want to run by both of us, just put a Q in front of your question and we will get to it. In the meantime, hey, how you doing, Beriko?
Hello, hello.
Thanks for joining us. Okay, and who else do we have in? We've got Laney from Western Australia. We've got Richard from Copper Hill, Tennessee.
Wow,
Uh,
Tennessee.
Carol. Um, Carol, you're in Queensland, right? Whereabouts in Queen? I have a feeling you're near the Glasshouse Mountains. I can't remember exactly what we talked about, but around that area, right? Um, okay, so and Carrie, how you doing?
My
And
metamorphosis. Listening at work.
we've got some Melbourne people coming in. How you doing, Monique?
Good day.
And Lambs. Oh, that was a pretty good g'day. That was pretty good. That
Thank
was
you. I practiced that.
impressive. That I guess. Oh, actually, we should tell people as they're logging in. We are kind of despite me being Australian, you being American, we're actually geographically relatively close together right at the
Near
moment,
enough.
aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Here
I'm
I
in
am in Indonesia.
Japan. Where are you? Indonesia.
Indonesia. Yeah.
Nice.
Our stories are
Okay.
similar in some ways too. As you went and you became an English teacher over in Japan, and here I am teaching English in Indonesia.
Yeah. So, what's the weather like in Indonesia today?
Whew. Well, like it generally is, it's hot, it's muggy, it's wet, it's nice. It's like an Arkansas summer every day.
Ah, okay. So, like seasons wise in Indonesia, how's it go there?
Well, there are two
Like, do
seasons
you have
basically.
two?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's the hot season and a dry season, and it's like when a hot season and a wet season is just like dry, and then there's like rain. But here recently, it's kind of muddled, and it gets rainy a lot faster, and then the dry season tends to last a much shorter time recently. Yeah. But like all
Mm,
weather, I think it goes in cycles.
yeah. Okay.
How's
Wow.
Japan?
Like soup.
Like
It's
so.
horrible. Like hot soup is horrible. The air is so thick here. It's although it's not quite as hot as it's been in Texas recently. Texas has been crazy.
Yeah, I have heard some
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm looking forward to, kind of November. November, December weather is perfect in Japan.
Oh, we got a queue over here.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. So Dee's asking, what are your views that some food cravings addictions are linked to traumas from childhood or perhaps a pleasant memory that we may be chasing subconsciously? Find the link and win the battle.
Ooh, that is
You,
potent right
what
there.
do
That's
you
a
think,
strong
Matthew?
question. I agree very strongly. In fact, I think that that is quite the case, not just for some of us, but most, if not all of us. We tend to make connections to things like sights and sounds and smells and tastes, and it can be very powerful psychologically. And oftentimes we don't even know that we formed these links. As you said, they are subconscious and they can lead us around by the nose before we've known it. We've blown up like a balloon, or we've made ourselves so thin that death is near. It just happens. So yeah, I do believe that's the
Yeah.
case.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree with this as well. Like my whole life has been kind of eating for like pleasant memories or pleasant feelings or anything like that, like whatever I'm doing, I'm either eating for comfort or I'm eating to, enhance the enjoyment I'm having by whatever nice activity I might be doing, whether that's watching the TV or whatever. Um, so yeah, and I think probably there is a link to trauma
Mm-mm.
because
I wonder
whenever there's
about
trauma,
that.
you want comfort, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's the case. And I would wonder about that. The finding the link and winning the battle. I wonder, has anyone ever in their life realized, hey, there's a link right here, and here's that hot button issue for me. And when I look at that, I realize what it is I've been doing to me. And if anybody's seen that in their own life, they could give a comment on that. It might be helpful for others.
Mm, yeah, true. Okay. So what do we got? Beef with Nick. Beef with Nick. Yes, I agree on the heat needs to hurry up and hit fall. So we only hit 80 degrees instead of 100 like the last 14 days. Oh, wow. Okay. So Laney's got a question. Laney wants to, I'm struggling with fatty meat. Not sure if it's because I don't have a gallbladder. I get really nauseous and gag a lot. Is it okay to just start eating leaner meat? Hmm.
Well,
So
I personally still have a
what do you think,
gallbladder, so it's
Matthew?
hard to answer that. But I recently talked with G from Hanging with the Browns, and her husband doesn't have a gallbladder. And from their experience, what they did was they toughed it out. They just kept going, and he would eat up till he was stuffed, and he would eat as well as he could. And they would try to regulate and be close to a bathroom, because stuff's going to happen. It'll either come back
Hmm.
up or it'll go down real dang fast. Okay. And so she said after a while, that leveled off and the other organs started to do the job that they ought to do. You know,
Hmm.
not my
Hmm.
personal experience, but I do know somebody.
Yeah, I've spoken to a few people without gallbladders that do carnivore successfully, and they've I think basically what they do is they just space their eating out as much as possible, or break things into more meals than they would otherwise. So if you were going to have like a 2 meal a day, then you might break that up to 4 meals a day or something like that, same volume, but just you know space it out. Um, and look, I sympathize with the feeling nauseous or gagging a lot when you eat fat or fatty meat, because I always did that as a kid. I hated the fat on meat as a kid when I was growing up because it just made me gag. Anything that's got that kind of, I don't know, rubbery kind of texture that fat tends to have just is not good for me. Things like oysters, I can't eat them because of the texture. So I, to kind of avoid the gag reflex, I just cut it up into the smallest pieces I can, and get down that way. Mm. Okay, so Tracy's coming in from Canada. How you doing, Tracy?
Yeah, Tracy.
And yeah, Lamb says, yes, I would spread my meals into several portions throughout the day, but try to get the fat in that way. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Daniel Draper. My
Hey,
guys. Hey,
Indeed.
Daniel. How you doing?
Nice to see you there, man.
Yeah. Ribeye has the perfect fat ratio, in my opinion.
I
Hmm.
don't know. I haven't had much ribeye out here in Indonesia, although I'm sure it's available. It's a difficult cut to find.
Hmm. Yeah, same in Japan. Like you can get it in restaurants, but like it's difficult. Maybe Costco, but yeah, it's pretty difficult to get it in the supermarket.
Mm. I don't know whether they have a Costco here at all. They may have it in Jakarta, but they don't have it where I'm at. So,
Okay. You're kind of out in the sticks a little bit.
no, actually, I'm in Surabaya. It's the second largest city in Indonesia, but it's on the
Mm,
same time zone as Jakarta. So I just tell everybody I'm on Jakarta time because it's easier to find.
okay. Lainey says thanks for the suggestions. And da-da-da. Rick is in the house. Hey Rick, how you doing?
Hello, hello,
Good to see you. Okay. BK coming in from Belgium. Thanks for joining us, B.
hello,
And
B.
Jonathan's here.
Carnivore
Good to see you,
muscle. Nice.
Jonathan. Rick says, my favorite carnivore bodybuilder. I just need to go back. I think I called Baddest Cat Carol. I'm sorry. I'm confusing. There's a similarity with your username with another person's username. So apologies for that, Baddest Cat.
It is still an awesome name, though.
Yeah. Okay. So, guys, make sure you stick a Q in front of any questions that you might have. And if you haven't been over to Matthew's channel after the live stream, please go and check it out. He's at Bold Carnivore, and you'll recognize his channel because he has got an interview with me on the channel. And
Yeah.
also, I noticed you had an interview go up yesterday. Is that right?
Uh-huh. That is the case.
Yeah.
Uh,
You want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, I was talking with David from Fuzzy's Health Journey, I think it is. I'll have to look that up just now. But wow, he has got a story, I tell you what. He had spent 10 years bedridden, and before that, he was in a wheelchair. His body was broke down something fierce, man. It was, wow, quite a story. Now,
Mm.
not all of that made it into the video, but yeah, he does talk quite a bit about how his discs in his back had been degenerated, and they were going to open him up and fuse some of his column together. Ugh. But after he went carnivore, he did not need that surgery, not for that particular thing. He is still going
Oh,
to go and
nice.
get some stuff fixed up, but not that.
Awesome.
Have you ever heard of discs regenerating, Dave? That's something new to me. I did not know that was possible.
I didn't I didn't know. But I mean, the more I talk about carnivore and what it can do for people, the more I'm realizing the human body is more amazing than I thought it was at healing
Hmm.
itself. And yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the absolute fantastic resiliency of the human body. I would not have bet on that, not at all.
mm, yeah, that's really cool. So check that out on Matthew's channel as well, guys. And Rick has a question. Did anyone get a laugh out of my vegan video? I'm sorry,
Confession,
Rick.
I
I
haven't
haven't
seen it.
checked. I haven't seen that one yet. No. And that's another thing. Head over to Rick's channel and check out his vegan video. Sorry, Rick. I haven't seen that one. That hasn't come on my feed yet. I'll go over there and have a look afterwards.
I'm not
Okay.
sure that I'm subscribed.
And Lamp
I'm going to get a
says
link on his channel because I'm not subscribed to that one.
his channel name is at Charger Mopa.
At Charger
So
Mobile. Okay.
Lamp says it was a hilarious one, Charger Mopa. Okay. I will definitely have to check this out. And BK,
Awesome.
what kind of animal meat I should not eat on the carnivore diet?
Anything that makes you too
Interesting
sick to keep
question.
down.
Yeah. I mean, there's no don'ts as far as animal products go, I don't think. But like, yeah, as long as you can keep it down, then that's the right thing to do. But ideally, you want to be eating ruminant meat.
The
So like
cleanest you can get.
lamb,
Yeah.
yeah, lamb, beef, that kind of stuff. Chicken and all that's okay, but lamb and beef are better.
Mm. Chicken, from what I understand of it, and pork, they're just as healthy as any other meat that you can eat, as far as getting your protein and you know um, taurine and all kinds of other little enes in there. But monogastrics, from what I understand, tend to be much higher in linoleic acid, so it
Mm,
raises your omega-6 ratio. Not as beneficial.
mm, yeah. But yeah, I always kind of look at it like you just do the best you can with what you've got
Mm.
as well. Like, because often, people worry about should I get grain fed, grass fed, all this kind of thing, and grass fed is going to be more expensive and blah blah blah. And it's like, well, you just whatever you can afford, just do the best you can. You know,
Mm.
as long as you're eating animal based, you should be all right generally. D. Easterbrook says, I had a link in. My mother smiled and seemed happy when getting to have a donut. It was nice to see her happy for just that minute. This is a link for me. I saw the connection and beat the craving. Ah, okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
See, that's what
Nice.
I'm talking about. That those subconscious connections are just so powerful. And
Mm,
in this, it's a secondary connection because it's not even your experience. You're experiencing someone else's experience, and then it's like, well, that was happy for me because she was happy. And
mm.
that's wow.
Yeah.
Oy.
It's yeah, it's very deep how, how we how we kind of get there. Um Okay, and Nicole
Oh,
coming
fine
in. Good
girl.
morning. Hey,
Hello,
Nicole.
Nicole. The other day,
Okay.
I left a comment on one of her videos saying, "Hi, former fatty," and she loved it. It was great.
Nice. Okay, and Baddest Cat saying, I'll have to watch that after the live. Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over there
Okay.
too. Sounds fun. Thoughts on honey?
Street.
Me personally,
Str-
that's a good question. A lot of people are
hmm.
reporting that they're having absolutely zero issues on honey, but then self-reporting is notoriously not good. Yeah. So we tend to assess ourselves from what we believe our experience is rather than what it actually is. And
Mm.
I would say honey could probably be okay as long as you know exactly how much you're having. And that's hard. You're dealing with a liquid substance that is, you have no idea how much actual fructose you're taking in when you take it in. So
Mm.
I don't know. I've personally stopped using it.
Yeah. I've never been a honey eater, so yeah, it's out of my wheelhouse. But yeah, I can't see it being any better than anything else that is going to, be sweet, So I would say avoid
Hmm.
personally. Mm. Okay. And yes, the body heals when you eat a proper human diet.
Awesome. And apparently very, very deeply, even up to the discs in your back. I mean,
Mm.
not my personal
That's
experience,
just
but my last interview.
amazing.
Oh
Mm.
my. Oh my. Yeah, you should
That's
see some of his
amazing.
pictures on the Facebook. He's whoa. I mean, you can see him in one of them, and he's in like maybe his favorite chair or something, and he's got superfluous fat going this way and that way, and now he's a totally different person.
It's awesome. Yeah. Okay, Jonathan's asking, what would you recommend for bold carnivores like myself? I misread bold as bold. I'm not very sharp. Nice.
Well, I don't have much of a recommendation as far as baldness goes. As you
I
can see, my hair is thinning still. So
I would really love to see the channel Bold Carnivore. That would be awesome. Yeah.
yeah, if I were bald, I would cosplay One Punch Man, perhaps.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
but from what I have experienced, you can mix some coffee into shampoo and stuff. It helps clean up the hair and invigorate the follicles a little bit. I have had some success in regrowth a tad here and there, but I don't know whether that's new washing or if that's from the carnivore finally helping out with my hair.
Mm.
I hope to
Nice.
be like Dave. He tells us he lost his bald spot. That would be amazing.
Yeah, that's unfortunately it didn't do much for the color of my hair though. Like I had much more
Oh.
color back then. So, swings and roundabouts. Um, yeah, okay. Jonathan's got another question. Question, not a question. Show us your guns. Okay.
Wow.
Can
All
you give
right,
us
Dave,
an
you're first.
example? Can you gonna go
You go
first,
first, Dave.
Matthew? Me?
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, you. Come
are you
on.
gonna go?
You're bigger than me.
Okay.
Nice.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Let me move that out of the way.
That looks great, Dave.
Yeah, there's nothing there. Okay. Matthew?
All right. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Let's see if I can get
There
in the
we
right shot.
go. There we go. Okay, you're putting me to shame now.
But that's my right. So let's see about the left one, because this is the one that actually needed a rebuild. Get the focus. There we go.
We've got a very similar complexion. Considering we live in such warm places, our complexion should be very different.
Well, I actually can't spend much time in the sun usually. So, I mean, now it's a little bit better since I've been in carnivore for 5 months, almost 5 months now. And I've noticed that if I go outside, my skin's not screaming at me, "Get some shade, stupid." So it's not as bad. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still I've never been good in the sun, so I'm still kind of hesitant to even test it, because it's just I've been burned so badly so much growing
Oh,
up.
my goodness. Last
Yeah.
time I got a burn, it was so bad, it was my eyes too. All the way to my eyes was burnt. And I
Oh
had to get a new
no.
pair of sunglasses just to walk around.
Wow. Rick's saying no meat is off the table except maybe puffer fish.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could
you
see
don't
that being true. Also
that's
intestine.
something you don't want to be cooking yourself. Sorry?
Intestine. I can't stand intestine in that. They eat it around here, but oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't sound good.
Personal thing. I mean, I don't know.
Hmm.
Have you got experience with that carnivore muscle? Because I have never heard of disc regeneration. I don't doubt it. I'm surprised.
Yeah. So discs do regenerate if the body is tuned to allow it to happen.
I'd imagine.
Okay.
Yeah, he did say that he had been into a lot of therapies of different sorts, and apart from the eating, he changed his eating habits, and also his spiritual life had improved too. He he's a man of faith, and he prays, and he was seeking the Lord and meditating in the Word of God, and there were a lot of different things that he put to use to try to regenerate, and apparently that did happen.
Nice.
Rick Rodriguez, the ultimate carnivore
Yeah,
vegan.
the ultimate carnivore.
Okay.
I've got to go and check out that video.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. That sounds funny.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm a carnivore, but I identify as a vegan. Is that?
I'd also like to plug one of my own videos as well. If anyone's watching and you haven't seen it already, the one that I set live tonight, it went live about 2 hours ago. It's the one that I'd really like to do well in YouTube because it's got a message for people that are kind of on the fence about carnivore that I think they really need to hear. So if you haven't checked it out yet, it's the first link in the description if you're watching on my channel. But please stay with us for the live until don't head to that video right now. What's Rick saying here? Oh, sorry,
That there
go ahead.
video that you're talking about, Dave, I watched that myself, and I shared it, put it up on the.
Oh, thank you.
That was
Thank you
great,
very
man.
much. Thank you. Rick saying I did make a short video on my version of a raw living food. Okay, we
The
need to
raw
check
living
this
food.
out.
Oh.
Baddest cat. Ruminants are efficient at removing the things we don't handle so well from the veg they eat. Nice.
I agree. Because they are designed with that in mind. They can regurgitate and grind up, and then they send their food down into a specialized stomach pouch that's full of bacteria that breaks down the fibrous stuff that we certainly never could.
So Lainey is kindly reminding everyone to don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you very much, Lainey. Appreciate that. And Rick says, I've seen a few carnivores who are otherwise lean add fruit to their diet and have interesting results. Honey is so repulsive to me. I could never eat it. Yeah, that's kind of the way I feel about honey. I'm not crazy about that honey maple syrup kind of stuff. Yeah.
Well, maple syrup I can understand avoiding, but honey, I know that a lot of people will just swear by it. The fact is, I'm personally avoiding it. I don't know if I could get some raw honey. I might would change my mind, but I doubt it because I know that in my experience, if I go for a sweet thing, I'm going to be in a spiral looking for more sweet things. There's just no good in it.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. Yeah, I have a bite of something and I'll wake up 2 hours later under a box of donuts or something.
You explain that like getting drunk.
It is, but well, it's just it's almost the same. Yeah, it's so addictive. BK, is it okay to eat full fat dairy products?
I'd say yes.
Well, I think if you can handle it, if you do okay with dairy, it's probably okay. Yeah. I mean,
but then
full fat
what
is
do
going to
you
be
mean when
better
you say
than
dairy products too,
skim
though?
stuff or.
Well, yeah, but for sure avoid that.
Yeah.
That's nasty. That won't do you any good. But when you say full fat dairy, what are you talking about? Are you talking about raw full fat dairy? Are you talking about highly processed full fat dairy? There's a big difference there. And the high processed stuff, a lot of it's just indigestible. In fact, a lot of the minerals that are in it naturally have been cooked to a degree that's crystallized, and it can perforate your intestines to the micro perforations. It's really not good.
Yeah. So, yeah, it depends.
Yeah, I'd say it depends. Butter,
Okay,
that's a
Kip,
full fat dairy
how you
product.
doing?
Kip,
Thanks
what's
for
up, brother?
joining us.
Nice to see you on.
Thanks for checking in. Beef with Nick. Anyone have experience with damaged fingernails and toenails and know if over time they will get better on carnivore? Everything seems to be healing just fine for me. Only 2 months in.
Yeah, actually, I got my foot ran over by a car not too long ago, and there was a black spot up underneath my toenail, and it had been stuck there for a long time. And that actually has gone away now. So there has been healing up underneath that toenail, which up till I went full carnivore, that black spot just stayed there.
Oh, nice.
So if you mean like nail fungus or nail thickening, no experience, but healing, sure.
My experience is that nails seem to grow stronger and quicker. So I had some damaged fingernails prior to carnivore, and I've got nothing now, and they are irritating. Like, they're always growing too long, right? I should be cutting them already, right?
I think I forget about
but
mine.
it just
I don't even know.
I'm so lazy, and they grow so fast now, you know.
I have noticed that my fingernails don't break as easily. You know, before carnivore, I was constantly getting nail snags. That hasn't been a problem. So.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I think it's obviously, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I feel like the nails, the strength of the nails is also related to the kind of the bones and stuff. Like, I feel my teeth are stronger, my bones are stronger. Everything just seems to get better.
Yeah, I agree with that. One of the things I do is one of my hobbies is I practice iron hand kung fu, and brick breaking. And my hand bones have felt so solid lately. I haven't done any more breaking because after my left arm went crazy, I decided to stop doing that because I didn't know how related it was. And now my finger bones and my hand bones feel so dense. I can feel the difference.
Nice. I'm quite behind in these comments. Oh my goodness. Maybe there's no questions.
D has another question. Former fat girl has questions.
Okay. Let's just you were asking Jonathan before about the discs.
Yeah,
My
if you had any
discs didn't
experience.
regenerate personally. My discs didn't regenerate personally. This was due to bilateral pars defects, stabilizer bones, which meant the vertebra was compressing the discs more and more as time went on. If someone just has disc deterioration, they can effectively grow it back, providing they do the right diet and light activity to stimulate growth. Well, thanks for the insights, Jonathan.
Yeah, thank you for that, because I honestly did not know that they would repair themselves like that. I know that the meniscus between your knees and stuff, that can heal up if you take good care of them, but I wasn't aware of whether or not back parts could re-heal like that.
Jonathan, thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you for the recent video about $1 million. Keep it up. Thank you very much, Jonathan. Appreciate it. Okay. It's just jumped to the bottom. Hang on a second. Let me scroll back up.
Yeah, we got former fat girl, and D had something.
So D, any fresh news on Rob?
Good. Yes, Rob Schneider. Maybe you guys don't know. Rob went carnivore last week. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I put out a short on that. Rob Schneider. Oh my gosh, he's a funny guy, and he's done several movies. Yeah, maybe you guys know him from Deuce Bigalow or Beverly Hillbillies. Yeah. He went
that
carnivore.
guy.
Yeah, he's in his second week now. This is top of his second week.
Oh, wow.
if I'm not mistaken. It's either the bottom of his first week or the top of his second week. I have to look it up again because he's in on X, and he's on Instagram, and he has just gone full bore carnivore.
Oh wow. The
Yes,
way you
sir.
were talking about him, then I thought, is he's like one of your mates or something? It's like,
No, but he's so
you just
funny.
follow him
And
on Twitter or
I
something,
do.
you
I
know?
follow him on
Uh,
the Instagram, and he's wow. If you don't know his work, he really is very funny. And he's also a stand-up comedian and a conservative politically. So he's
mm,
oh, yeah. Give him a look if you haven't.
okay, cheers. Well, I mean, it's a good sign when celebrities are starting to get in on it. I think
Yeah.
that's a really good sign.
The other day I was on
Mm,
the social media, and somebody was telling Rob Schneider, you know, it's okay if you just have some wine. It's only got 3 net carbs, 3.7 net carbs in this one, 2.7 net carbs, and that was like, what is the matter with this person? It is not about the net carbs in a glass of wine. There's the alcohol, there are additives,
mm,
fillers, and you're talking about net, not total. Also, it's being
mm.
processed directly through your liver. How dare you tell someone it's okay if they poison themselves?
It's like people are just oblivious to what they're actually trying to push on you, right? It's just like, I'm enjoying myself. I want you to come and enjoy yourself with me as well, or something, It's
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It
Um,
just surprises me when a little defeater like that pops up. You know, you're like you're trucking along, minding your own business, enjoying what you're earning, right? And someone pops in and says,
mm,
"Well, you know, you could have just a little nip of that, and you'll be all right." How do they know
mm,
you'll be all right?
right, right, yeah.
Minimalist
Very.
carnivore. Hello.
Hey, Chad, how you doing?
You are a Chad, indeed.
Okay. Okay. Chad saying my nails got better, grow faster, also much stronger.
Awesome. Where did
Nice.
former fat girls go? She had something.
Yeah, did you? I've got. Okay, here we go. Part one. What has been the best side effect of your carnivore diet? Part two. If you could eat one meal for the rest of your life that you have to cook, what would it be? That you have to cook. Oh, okay.
Ooh, but
All
you
right,
have to
Matthew,
cook
do
it.
you want to go first?
Do I have to cook it personally, or can I
I
just
think
have it
so.
done?
I think you have to do it personally.
I have to do it personally. Okay. That's that. Wow. Wow. T-bone steak.
T-bone steak.
Yeah, I could do
Okay.
that. I could do that every day. I know I could. Yeah. Even if I
Okay.
had to cook it myself. Now, for part one, I didn't answer that. But what has been the best side effect of my carnivore diet? Honestly, getting connected to the community. That has been the
Mm,
most positive side effect that I did not see coming. You know,
mm.
I love the community, and I'm enjoying so much being a part of it.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. So the best side effect for me from the carnivore diet has probably been uh yeah, now that you put that in my head, I think I've got to go with that, the community thing. So from a so if I could break this into two parts,
Sure.
I would say from a mental perspective, mental health perspective, I would say the community definitely. Um, and just from um, feeling kind of better about everything. It's so nice to have all these supportive people around you all the time. Even if it's virtually rather than face to face, it's such a nice feeling. So I totally agree with you on the community. I think maybe the second part, though, is the physical side, and that's just being able to go downstairs without holding a handrail. I think that's probably the
Wow.
number one thing for me.
Mm.
Um, if I could eat one meal for the rest of my life, that I have to cook. That's the problem. That's the problem there. That's a snag, you know. So it's if you could eat one meal for the rest of your life that you can buy from this swanky restaurant, then you know I'm set. Um, so if I've got to cook it myself, I'm just gonna go with, you know, hamburger, a hamburger or something like that. You know, just something simple, something I can't destroy.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you cook your hamburgers?
Oh, look, I would literally just smush the ground beef together and maybe mix it with an egg. And that'd be it. Yeah.
No. I guess you can add an egg to that. She didn't say what the rules were. She just said meal, right? So
Yeah, yeah. So look, Aggravator saying 2.5 years in and I grow claws and talons now.
awesome. What happened to all that? Men don't have, like teeth and claws, and how could they hunt down their meals, right?
Right. Paulette says nails do improve, referencing my husband's toenails. Unbelievable improvement. Oh, nice.
If you don't mind.
Okay.
Paulette there. What was the issue with his nails?
Yeah, what was the issue, Paulette? Oh, that's a good question from Rick. Has anyone seen more videos of Maggie White, the 60-year carnivore rancher?
I've only seen the one.
The only one, yeah, the Chafee one was the only one I saw. Chafee interview. That's the one you're talking about, right?
I believe that.
Yeah.
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 We got a post from D. Carnivores are much nicer than vegans.
As a carnivore, I have to agree.
I've never been a vegan, so I don't know how I would have been as a vegan, but yeah.
Nice.
I can
Oh,
attest that my
okay.
mood is more stable, that's for sure.
Yeah, same. Baddest cat. Dr. Sean O'Mara did an N=1 experiment on himself with honey and observed what he called visible pulses for the production of nitric oxide being drastically reduced. He was on Dr. Berry's channel. Oh, I'll have to check that out too.
Oh, I follow Dr. Sean. Wow, he does a lot on the visceral fat and stuff. His stuff is solid. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
If it reduces nitric oxide, then it has cascade effects, man. That is bad news.
Yeah. Okay. You got any questions? Any questions, guys?
Beef with Nick, tough one. You used it. Crave to stay on and then kick it for a while if you can. What is that in reference to? Mini gain weight. Oh, from the honey, yeah. Oh, minimalist carnivores answering beef with Nick. Oh, okay. I missed that one. Yeah. Organic cigarettes. Where is that one? Vital juice? Vital juice?
Organics?
That's same like organic. I think that's also in reference to the honey, right? Same like organic
Okay.
cigarettes.
The
Also,
Berico is saying nails for me, also big improvement.
Awesome.
Who's this? Heidi Tell.
Heidi.
I know what really
Hi,
got
Heidi.
me
Hi, Heidi. Hi.
on this was watching my brother do it and the change it did for him. So Heidi, you're doing it too.
Are you starting carnivore fully? Really?
Wow.
I did not know that. That's news to me.
You're having an impact.
Yeah. Awesome.
Is Heidi in the States?
Yeah, she's my sister. She lives in the States there.
Nice.
So are you in reference to me or Mason when you say watching your brother change?
Oh, yeah. Good question. Good question.
Because Mason's done some serious changes. He really has. I really want to get him on some videos. Oh, speaking of, I'm going to have him on my channel. So we're going to do an interview too.
Oh, nice. So just for anyone watching that's not 100% sure what we're talking about, Mason is Matthew's brother. And Mason, I actually met Mason first. He came on my channel, and I interviewed him. He's been on Carnivore. Is it coming up on a year?
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact timing, but
I think closer to 7 months, somewhere in the neighborhood about 7 months.
7 months. Okay. And yeah, so and after following that, then I met Matthew. So the whole family is going to be doing Carnivore shortly.
I hope so. I certainly hope so.
Nice. Okay, so Chris is coming in from London. Thanks for joining us,
Hi,
Chris.
Welcome aboard.
Okay. And Life Off Grid coming in from Minnesota. Cheers.
Hello.
And
Oh, here's another Q from D.
Okay.
Dr. Chafee mentioned on a Q&A a
Okay.
while back, cold weather had been very harsh for Maggie's cattle, so she hadn't been able to get away from them. Oh, well, I can appreciate that. She's up north, yeah. So.
Okay, D. Easterbrook. What sort of supplements do you take? Matthew, what sort of supplements do you take?
Very rarely I take a vitamin C tablet, and that's just if I'm feeling poorly or if I need a boost of energy real quick. And does a fantastic job, especially if you're not eating any carbohydrates, because it has nothing to contend with. So you get a real big shot of vitamin C. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. For me, nothing currently. My supplement is just salt. You know, if I ever feel a little bit like bit tired or leg cramps or anything like that, I just grab some salt. And I've been trying to get more pink salt recently. Like I get pink, either Himalayan or Bolivian salt from the local import shop.
How is that different from white salt? Because we get sea salt around here, but that's because they mine it out of the sea here.
I've heard that the pink salt has more. The reason it's pink is I think it has more potassium or more magnesium in it, so you're getting some of those extra minerals or electrolytes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, question here for me from Stephen. Dave, are you still off cheese? What difference did it make? I still have it 3 times a week. So, yes, I'm still off cheese. So it must be getting close to about 4 months. And I really, really like cheese, but cutting it out for that challenge just flattened my stomach. It just completely flattened my stomach, and it was instant, which leads me to believe that I was retaining some water due to some kind of inflammation from the dairy. And so I just haven't. And having said that, though, the cheese I was eating wasn't the best cheese either, so it could be inflammation from something else.
I was about to ask that.
Yeah. But yeah, it just completely, my stomach completely flattened, and so I just thought I'm not adding it back in. So yeah, it's worth testing. I think the great thing about this diet is you can so easily test things, because it's just you only change one thing and you only change it for a couple of weeks to see what kind of result you get. So it's worth trying. Okay, so oh, Chad says, got a leg cramp last night, came down, drank some salt and some no salt in a glass, was gone in 5 minutes. Nice.
No salt is made of potassium, right?
Oh, that's no salt is like
So potassium
brand.
nitrate, is it?
Okay.
So that's probably good for it, yeah.
Okay. So Craig saying pink salt, Celtic salt, any raw salt that has some mineral content to it. Redmond's is as good as pink or Celtic. Okay, nice.
I haven't tried the Redmonds yet.
Yeah, I haven't tried Redmond's either. Yeah, D's saying I have issues with muscle cramps. Yeah, so usually muscle cramps tends to be, you don't have enough magnesium, potassium, or salt. So yeah, for me, I find that if I've ever got a muscle cramp, just having some salt and I'm good to go. It just
About how
my
much?
body is literally telling me you don't have enough salt. And I'll probably I'll try and drink a tablespoon of salt in a bottle of water, 500 ml bottle of water.
Oh yeah, yeah, potassium. Yeah, what I thought.
Mm.
Thank you, minimalist carnivore. There, such a Chad.
So, Farmer's Wife, Carnivore Life says, how long did it take you to transition to OMAD? I started off with 3 meals a day, then went to 2 meals, and I've realized this week that I'm no longer hungry for my second meal. Well, that's how it happened for me. I just realized that ate breakfast late one day, and it was quite a big breakfast, and I just didn't feel, because I ate it a little bit later, I just didn't feel hungry again. And that's what made me realize I can do this 1 meal a day thing, and I'm just not hungry. And so that kind of gave me the confidence to do 1 meal a day again the next day. And then it just, it's been that way ever since. And Matthew, how about you? Are you doing one, two?
Oh no, sir. I eat as soon as I'm hungry or if it's available. So if there's food,
Mm,
I'm going to eat it, and if I'm hungry, I'm going to eat it. If I'm not hungry, I just leave it alone.
okay. So for me, since you live in Japan, from Scrapping FLA, um, since you live in Japan, how do you deal with the rice and veggie culture? I just ignore it. I just so I mean that is the culture here, but um, I don't have to worry about it because it's normal in Japan to go to a restaurant and just eat meat.
Mhm.
There's meat only restaurants everywhere, and so no one's really looking at you funny if you're just eating a steak. No one's really looking at you like, what's this guy doing if he's only got, you know um grilled grilled beef or whatever on his plate. So yeah, I just ignore it. um and yeah, it works out fine here.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
similar here. They've got a rice and veggie culture that's pretty steep here. It's ingrained deep, yeah. And they will look at you funny if you're just eating the meat,
Yeah.
but not quite as bad, especially not as now. But that's
Mm.
because things are changing, and our community is growing, and a lot of people are getting this information now, and it's not quite so strange. Although it's still a little bit weird for them, especially in town and big cities and stuff. If you're just eating meat, people look at you like, "How can you have so many portions?" But then if you ask one here, yeah, have you eaten yet? They'll tell you no if they haven't eaten rice, but they have eaten the fish. Okay. So it's like that's the main body of the meal. So yeah.
Mm.
Culture.
That's really interesting.
That's how they
Have
have
you
measure meals in rice. So if you ask somebody, did you eat? Yeah. You say, "Sudah makan nasi?" Yeah. That's all they have to say, and that means they've
uh
already eaten a meal.
wow. Farmer's Wife, Carnivore Life. I got put off of pink Himalayan salt by Dr. Berry. He said that lots of pink Himalayan salt, they put a pink dye in. It's just a label. Yeah. Sadly, that's easy to believe. Yeah, everything else that gets
Wow.
done to our food supply.
If
Mm.
that's true and they're calling it pink Himalayan salt and it's not, and it can be provided evidence for, you might have grounds in court for that one. You remember that one guy that took a ruler with him to Subway and said, "This is not 12 inches"? It happened.
Yeah, yeah. um, and they said, oh, just clarifying, she's suffered from muscle spasms all her life.
Mm.
And then,
Like,
oops, that was not a question. No worries.
yeah, it's okay to put it up. All right. We're
Yeah.
watching the sidebar so we can interact.
Yeah.
D also says I hate rice.
Yeah, I
Potassium.
can't even imagine
Mandy.
eating it now.
Could we highlight Mandy
Uh,
here? Mandy, hi guys, potassium helped my body with aches.
yeah. Hi guys, potassium help my body with eggs. I am meat only, no dairy, fish, eggs. I do not tolerate them. Oh, nice. Just meat. Okay.
When you say just meat, do you mean beef or do you mean other rudiments?
Hmm. And Christopher has got the so-called rice and vegetable culture requires meat-only restaurants to stay healthy. Indeed. I mean, actually, the thing is about Japan, and it's probably the same for a lot of Asian cultures, like before the war, I think they were kind of nutrition wise, they weren't doing all that well. They were a lot shorter than they are now, and because they weren't eating very much meat at all. It's only after the war that the consumption of meat has really exploded the way it has in Japan, you know. Um, and you know, they just eat meat. Like, of course, they still eat rice and stuff in large quantities, but the amount of meat that's consumed here is kind of crazy when you think about it. Like when you think it um, back home in Australia, like things are going the opposite direction. Like it's really quite anti-meat. Um, but the annoying thing is when you hear people talking about the blue zones and how like Okinawa is so healthy because they don't eat meat, and they eat meat like crazy. They eat more pork than many places on the planet. Um, it's just, you know, there's this kind of stereotype or of Okinawa people only eat rice and vegetables and stuff like that, and it's not true.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, one of our doctor friends is Dr. JV. He's very fond of saying they eat more meat per capita than just about any other place in the world. So
Hmm.
I don't know, Japanese, they really putting their meat away, you know?
Yeah, definitely. So, Lewis is saying, hello from North Carolina. I can stick to carnivore, start good in the morning and mess up in the evening, but I just did meal planning, so I'm planning on staying. Thanks for the info.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
and regarding if you mess up, just everyone messes up. It takes everyone a while to kind of get to the point where they're just on it permanently. And
Mm-hmm.
so I would say if you ever feel like that, just keep getting on the bike and or keep getting on the wagon and you'll eventually get there.
I agree.
Yeah.
Fail less over time until you stop
Mm,
failing. You know, just keep going.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Hey Don, how you doing? Thanks for checking in. Nice. D, what is the difference in the lion diet and carnivore?
good question.
Carnivore is animal based, so it could be eggs, could be dairy if you tolerate it, and meat. Um, and lion diet is just basically beef, salt, and water, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it depends on what your preferred rudiment is, but it's rudiment meat only, and that could be like
Okay.
lamb or goat or what have you. But most lion diet followers stick to beef.
Hmm. Okay. So, guys, we've got a few questions here. We'll just deal with these questions, and then I'm afraid, at least for me, I'm gonna have to say sayonara for the evening because it's midnight here.
And I'll
So,
have to close it up shop too because I have school in the morning. So
okay. So I've just started three questions. So if we go to these questions and then Let's head up. So, Farmer's Wife, Carnivore Life. What time do you eat your OMAD? Typically, weekdays it's about 7 a.m. and weekends probably a little bit later, like could be at 10 a.m. or something like that. But when I first started, I was trying to delay my that one meal because I was concerned that I wouldn't be able to last the whole day. But like now, I know how much I can eat and not get hungry. So yeah. Okay, beefed up. I've tried the lion diet 3 times, lasting for around 3 weeks, but I keep giving in to my sweet tooth. How do you deal with cravings, staying consistent to the proper human diet?
I haven't done lion specifically, but I imagine from what I've heard, the fact is you probably are not eating fatty enough cuts if that's the case. Because if you're having a craving of any kind, probably not getting enough fat in.
Yeah, I would say I've got a very sweet tooth as well. And for me, like the cravings, it was work at the beginning to avoid, just deal with the cravings. It was tough for the first month or two. But then I've found you just get to the point where you don't think about the cravings and the cravings just don't happen anymore. Like I guess you pass this kind of, I don't know, stage gate or something, or your body just gets to the point where it forgets. As long as you stay off the sugar and stuff long enough, your body eventually forgets, I think. So now I'm at the point now where I can sit in with friends while they're eating cakes or ice cream or drinking beer or whatever it is, and I'm just like, I don't feel anything anymore.
That's
Yeah.
my experience too. We've had one of my favorite things is here that they make is a roll cake. Yeah, and I just love them. They're great. Yeah, they are really high in egg, but they're also very high in sugar. So see what that do to you. But now they buy them and we give them away and stuff, and they'll be set around the house for a week and a half, and I don't touch them.
Yeah. Okay, so we got a last question here from D. What are your views on pork? I love it.
Eat it up.
Yeah. If you like it, eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with pork in and of itself for what it is, but it is, from what I understand, something that retains linoleic acid a lot, and so it can be high in omega-6, and it can put you out of balance a little bit. But again, it depends on your source. If you've got very clean, healthy pork, I don't know how it's a problem.
Yeah. I don't know much about the kind of the science behind the linoleic acid and all that kind of thing. But I consume quite a bit of pork because in Japan, ground beef is 60% beef, 40% pork. And so I'm eating pork every day. So it seems to be okay. I mean, I've kind of lost the taste for it since I've been carnivore. It's out of necessity that I'm eating it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have much of a view on it at all.
It's an interesting thing how they mix that way. Is that just a Japanese standard, or is it just where you shop?
I
Or
think it's just a standard because I go to other supermarkets occasionally, and that's the same. You can occasionally find 100% red meat or 100% beef, but it's few and far between. It's pretty much always 60-40.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a little bit, feels a little bit weird, but yeah, they
So
that's just the way they do the mince, I guess.
that is weird. One
You
more
can get
question. Any input
100%
on dry
pork.
ice? You can
You can
get
get
100%
100%
pork, but you
pork.
can't get 100% beef.
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah,
You want to do one more?
sure.
Okay.
Okay. Any input on dry eyes?
Now,
That one
again,
I haven't
not much experience
experienced.
there. Not much
Mm,
experience there, but I did hear from, I believe it was Dr. Berry, that if you have dry eye syndrome, then you need to eat more beef because it can help to uh, help your eyes out. Also, liver. So,
mm,
increase vitamin A.
yeah. I actually, it reminds me, I interviewed James from Meet James podcast, and when he went carnivore, it solved his dry eye problem. So yeah, I think there's something in the eating lots of meat, or eating lots of fatty meat is probably going to help.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm probably sounding a little bit zombified because of the time here. But guys, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate you stopping by and giving us your questions. And it's just I never kind of get over the fact that a year ago I could never have imagined I'd be able to just get on a live stream and have all these people who are, even if we haven't met, still friends. We're all in the community together, and just have everyone log in. So it's awesome. So thank you very much. And Matthew, did you want to say some final words?
Yeah, I am blessed beyond measure to have met my good friend Dave Mack, and I'm very thankful and grateful for the community and how they have brought me in and given me place, even though I'm new and I'm I'm just, as I said, blessed beyond measure. So thank you very much, everybody, and be bold.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us. Cheers, Matthew. And make sure you go over and check out Matthew's channel. Give him a sub.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys. See ya.